Well, folks, it seems President Biden decided to leave office the same way he came in, with a healthy dose of family drama. On January 20th, 2025, just as he was handing over the keys to the Oval Office, Biden issued a series of presidential pardons. Now, this is not unusual for an outgoing president. It's a tradition as old as throwing out the Christmas tree, except instead of pine needles, it involves erasing criminal records. So, what makes this case interesting, you ask? Well, 6 of the lucky recipients just happen to be Biden family members, including his brother James Biden. Now, the White House has been rather tight-lipped about the specifics. We don't know what crimes these family members were pardoned for, which, let's be honest, is about as reassuring as a dentist who refuses to show you their qualifications. There's been a whole lot of trust us coming from the administration, and if there's one thing we've learned from years of political scandals, it's that trust us is usually followed by a congressional hearing and a whole lot of explaining to do. This lack of transparency has, unsurprisingly, ruffled a few feathers. Critics are calling for a full explanation, questioning if these pardons are just a case of good old-fashioned nepotism. Is Biden cleaning up family messes on his way out the door, or is this just a coincidence, a brotherly act of love? We'll be diving into the murky depths of this story, so buckle up, folks. Let's talk about James Biden, the president's younger brother. Now, James hasn't exactly kept a low profile over the years. He's been involved in various business ventures, some of which have, shall we say, attracted some unwanted attention. There have been allegations of shady dealings, influence peddling, and using his big brother's name to open doors. James has always denied any wrongdoing, but the whiff of scandal has followed him like a bad smell. One particularly eyebrow-raising episode involved a healthcare company that James was involved with. It went belly up, leaving investors high and dry, and questions were raised about James's role in the whole debacle. Now, it's important to note that James was never charged with any crimes related to this or any other business dealing. But the timing of these pardons, right as Biden leaves office, has fueled speculation that they might be connected to James's past. The power of the presidential pardon is a curious beast. It's a relic of a bygone era, a vestige of the divine right of kings, if you will. The president can essentially wave a magic wand and make someone's criminal record disappear. It's a power that's been used for good, granting clemency to the wrongly convicted and offering second chances. But it's also been used for less noble purposes, like when President Ford pardoned Nixon for Watergate, a move that still sparks debate today. Biden's pardon should be voided because there are no charges or convictions, so there's nothing to pardon. Outgoing presidents often use their pardon power liberally. It's their last chance to right what they see as wrongs, to tie up loose ends. But when those pardons involve family members, it raises all sorts of ethical and legal questions. The line between justice and favoritism becomes blurry, and the stench of impropriety can linger long after the ink on the pardon is dry. So, what does this all mean? Well, the Biden family pardons have thrown a big fat wrench into the works. The lack of transparency is troubling, and the timing is, well, let's just say it's not great optics. The American people deserve answers. They deserve to know why these pardons were granted and what, if any, connection they have to James Biden's past business dealings. These pardons could have far-reaching consequences. They could undermine public trust in the justice system. They could set a dangerous precedent for future presidents, and they could cast a long shadow over Biden's legacy. Whether these pardons were justified or not, one thing is clear: they've left a cloud of suspicion hanging over the Biden family that will likely follow them for years to come. And that, folks, is the real scandal here.